65 for 7 in good batting conditions in Dharamshala. They've already lost a wicket of the second ball of the innings. Martin Guptill gone for a duck. A beauty from Umesh Yadav. Kane Williamson, the captain, batting at number 3. Dhoni's got 3 slips for Umesh Yadav. Hardik Pandya, Umesh Yadav were the bowling heroes in the last match. Umesh Yadav's got the first wicket. The crowd right behind him now. Not a good delivery aimed at the stumps. Oh, good delivery. Excellent stuff this from Umesh Yadav.
He is getting the ball to move. And what he's also doing really well is the length. He's bowling a length where he's drawing the batsman on the front foot. Beautiful delivery, but a loose shot from Kane Williamson. Don't often see that.
Superb average, excellent strike rate, class numbers of class batsmen. Talking about that footwork of Martin Guptill, was that the undoing there? Because he's trying to get that toe pointed towards the stump instead of towards extra cover. He just played the wrong line as a result of that. It's 5 for 1. India won the toss, selected to bowl first here in the second one-day international at the Firozshah Kotla. 1-0 up in this 5-match series. Umesh Yadav started off with the new ball, got the first wicket as well. Hardik Pandya now, his bowling partner. Man of the match in his debut game at Dharamshala. Got 3 for 31. Right arm fast medium from the Kotla fort end. Should get a couple of runs, Kane Williamson. Akshar Patel, the fielder. So those are the kind of problem that you have when you make adjustments to your natural technique and the instincts still stay with you. Oh, that's a great delivery. The technique is slightly different. So controlling the instincts as well, along with the change in technique, is a challenge. Great delivery this.
Yeah, another beauty. Just a little bit of movement away.
And we're talking about the target, the stumps. The width of the stumps is 9 inches. And Dooley mentioned that he missed it by 3 inches, Martin Guptill. That's a big margin.
Yeah. I think trying to get that outswinger from leg stump, and he's paid the penalty for it. The ball didn't swing at all. And easy runs for Williamson.
It'll bring about a change straight away as well from MS Dhoni, I'm sure. Try and plug that gap, but that is just drifted, looking for that perfect delivery again, but it's drifted straight into the middle of Kane Williamson's bat. Quite a short follow through, one that beats the outside edge. You follow right through and have a little look at the batsman.
Not quite from the meat of the bat, but he'll get 4 runs for it. Moves on to 13, Kane Williamson.
Yep, a little bit shorter on that occasion. Usually you have a look at the foot marks as well. Blame them. You're right, not quite out of the middle of the bat. Covered it nicely. Quick outfield.
And again, just drifting onto the pads. Second time in 2 balls. First Umesh Yadav, now Hardik Pandya. And a flurry of boundaries for New Zealand.
Well, you can't really have too much of a margin for error. He's looking to bowl the in-swinger. You can see from the wrist position. And that open-chested action allows him to bowl the Yorker very, very well. This one was up in the air, but wide of that fielder at mid-wicket. Williamson, after the first 3 dot balls, knew that they couldn't afford an over without a boundary or without some runs. So taking a bit of a chance over there.
Wasn't a genuine short ball, was it? It was just back of a length, and just a sign that this is a good batting surface. Fortunate that it wasn't a square leg. Rohit Sharma would have fancied himself for a moment, but quality stroke, much needed boundary. That's already 8 boundaries in 8.5 overs.
Kept low.
They bowled it at about 137 kilometers per hour. So this is what's going to happen on this surface. The odd ball is going to keep low.
Well, these are the kind of deliveries you normally get at the nets at the Kotla. Over the years, one thing batsmen know is they'll never get out their regular bats.
Certainly a more positive start from the New Zealanders. Edge, and nobody at slip. Fortunate boundary.
And I'm surprised Dhoni didn't go for it. The only reason you can say is probably it went away too quickly before he could react. Especially when you know there's no first slip in place. Wasn't too far away from him. It's just the pace at which it went.
Very similar to the one he missed a delivery or so ago. Nice and wide. Not a genuine short delivery to cut, but in a one-day match, he just throws his hands at the ball. Watching Williamson bat too, he's decided to move across his stump, Sonny. Not worried about missing a straight delivery, and that one that he edged for 4 was out by the wide line, may have even been a wide.
Yes, I think that's the tactic that he has employed against the spinners as well. And if the ball's not turning back in, then he'll be all right. But Ashwin had him in trouble because the ball was turning in, sometimes quite sharply, trapping him in front of the stumps. There should be a couple here. And the 50 of the New Zealand innings comes up. And the 50 partnership as well. It's 50 for 1 after 10 overs.
You can see those middle overs in the power play. Nothing to speak of since.
So Akshar Patel. He's got that away to the boundary. That's fractionally short, and he was very quickly onto it.
In fact, the last ball of the previous over, he was looking at that opportunity towards that empty mid-wicket area, deep mid-wicket area. Didn't quite get hold of it that time, but this time he has. Akshar Patel bowling wide of the crease. A little bit short. He's got to remember that Kane Williamson's initial movement is back and across, so he's got to try and bowl a little fuller.
Oh, it takes the aerial route and clears the boundary. So the first 6 of the game. Boundary earlier in the over, and then good use of the feet from the New Zealand captain.
High quality batting. Put pay to the shorter delivery this time, not to the pitch of the ball, so Akshar Patel won't be too disappointed. Just great hand-eye coordination. And most importantly, didn't try and hit it too hard. So excellent timing brings the first 6 of the innings.
And this is very nicely played. Late cut to the fence. So a big over this so far. 14 runs have come off it. Easily the highest of the innings so far. Still 2 balls to go. Good batting this is. We've seen the pull, then the use of the feet, and then some deft touch here. He's making the bowler think.
What I like too is he's making MS Dhoni think. The spinners are under pressure. We saw Jadav introduced into the attack in the last match. And I don't think New Zealand can allow that to happen again. If he's on to bowl at any stage, they just need to be ultra aggressive. Look at that, not to the pitch of the ball, but a little fortunate, but with mid-on in the ring, a safe option.
Good shout. He was walking across. Now the umpire will have to see if that was going down the leg side. Obviously reckons it would have. That's the signal.
Williamson, we've already mentioned, does like to walk across. And you can see off stump, so Bruce Oxenford was suggesting it was sliding down. Watch MS Dhoni, top of your screen. He's also sliding down. And the umpires take that into consideration.
It's fair call in the end.
The first impressions of this pitch are that it's not too bad to bat on, but if you bowl that length, it's a length pitch. And if you're disciplined enough to just nice and straight, a good length, then you're asking the batsman to force the issue.
That's in the air and put down. Now that's the problem. That's what Starris was mentioning. The pressure building, looking for the big shot. And around that length, it can be too paced. In fact, it was Hardik Pandya who was diving forward, not Akshar Patel.
And not a genuine half volley again, was it? And that's what we're talking about. Tough to get your timing. Good athlete, Hardik Pandya. And he got there, he did all the hard work. So he will be disappointed.
Kane Williamson 3 short of a half century now. Picked that rate up nicely, 47 from 55. Latham riding a very good foil. He's at a runner ball exactly. Just hasn't had a lot of the strikes since early days. Changed in bowling as well. Amit Mishra.
He knows this ground well. Plays for the Daredevils in the IPL. That's good placement. And a half century for the New Zealand captain. Much needed.
65 for 7 in the last match at one stage. So it's really up to the captain to lead the way, and there's some promise here in this innings.
He knows it's only a half a job done so far. 50 up in the 14th over though. So much time left in the game. Chipped it away through the onside. 4 more.
Well, this is interesting. This is good batting to begin with, but pressure right on Amit Mishra here. A length ball swept for 4, then he steps out, challenges the bowler. And this is a good shot, taken on the full and put in the gap between mid-on and mid-wicket. So Amit Mishra just had a word with his captain. Let's see what transpires. Now mid-on has dropped back, gone to the boundary.
Oh, there's a little inside edge on that. Almost took off for a run. The angle of Akshar Patel is always taking that ball leg side towards the leg stump.
Yeah, that's the general idea with Akshar Patel, to get that ball to come back into the right-hander, cut the angle away. This could be maybe bat hitting the pad as well. Was it inside edge? They're just hitting the pad first, and when you look at the first point of impact with the pad, with the angle, you would imagine ball was just going.
Maybe just a single, but excellent use of the feet there from Kane Williamson, getting to the pitch of the ball.
Rather than the leg spinner. So Latham up to the mark by saying, okay, I don't need to sweep as much if you come in over the wicket, and I can open up the offside. Lovely shot. And then you reply with that, and that hurts the bowler.
Interesting when you look at the glove position of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He's almost sort of waiting for the edge. Now, if you look at the ball, the track of the ball, he's not really covering that. You see, he's sort of got his gloves for the outside edge, which is interesting. Normally, you see keepers trying to cover the line of the ball and get behind the stumps. When you're up to the stumps and there is a strong, healthy edge, it's really unfair to call that a drop catch if there is a deflection of a big deflection standing up to the stumps.
Sweeps fine and picks up 4 more. Kane Williamson, will he? No, brilliant. Brilliant. Pandya, I think it is. Great work on the boundary.
Magnificent. It's a lightning quick outfield, not big boundary lines. There's great work in the deep by Hardik Pandya.
And also there were 2 fielders actually covering that throw. Hardik Pandya feels that, then he throws in, and behind Dhoni there were 2 fielders covering it, which is excellent cricket from India.
Jimmy Neesham and Mitchell Santner, I think the 2 wickets for Jadhav. Oh, it's short, it's rank, and it's too easy for a player of the quality of Kane Williamson.
Easy put away this half-tracker from Kedar Jadhav, but the move was a forced one. 8 overs early from the spinners, have gone for 57, so he's tried with Kedar Jadhav. Had to stay down on his knees. Sanjay, you mentioned about the low bounce. Very well executed shot once again from Kane Williamson.
Oh, yes.
Full and straight. And again, Dhoni well down the leg side, and Bruce Oxfordson says, not out.
A missing leg, for sure, because look at the angle from where he's bowled. He goes wide of the stumps trying to get that Yorker in. It was a terrific Yorker, no question about it. But it was down the leg side. You can see that. Yes, clearly down the leg side. You can see the off stump. But what a Yorker. This is a terrific Yorker from this young bowler. Williamson, of course, has the tendency to walk across towards his off stump, but this one you can see when it was struck on the front pad going down the leg side.
It's a good comeback, isn't it? Full and straight. Williamson's heart would have been in his mouth at that point with the LBW shout. And a good bouncer to follow it up at just under 141 kilometres an hour. You can see Williamson turn around quickly to look at the umpire. He wasn't sure. He knows himself. He's moving across in front of his stumps. And he turns his head. Good decision. He's had a couple of tough ones as the Australian umpire.
Also, we talk about the angle with Bumrah. He goes wide of the crease, and his hand just goes past perpendicular every now and again, creates an even bigger angle.
Chance. And they picked on one of India's best, Virat Kohli.
Well, it was just a little bit to his left, so that's why it became just that little bit difficult as well. But he picked it up cleanly, one-handed, had a shy at the stumps. This is hit quite firmly. It's the previous 3 dot balls that made Williamson go take a chance with that. Oh, it would have been touch and go.
Oh, another sharp one. Another sharp one. Both making it safely, though. No problems. A couple of chances came Williamson today. 47 the first one. Pandya couldn't quite get to it. And then MS Dhoni, thick edge, straight into the gloves and out.
And not the first sweep shot that we've seen from New Zealand. Gets Williamson to 96.
Yes, not quite getting the line right on this occasion. He's been looking to bowl middle off straight. You can see Dhoni telling him. Pitching this just outside leg stump made it easy for Williamson to get the angle right. Because Rohit Sharma a little too square. In fact, in front of square before that ball.
There's the 100. It's a magnificent one. 800 in one-day internationals, and the first one against India. A one that you'll cherish and remember for a long, long time. And well applauded by the teammates. It's 180 for 3. .800. That's good be 4. Hasn't come from the middle of the bat. Now that he's tired, he thinks he'll go after the bowling. Just not a bad idea.
And what a fine shot. He saw the fielder was inside the circle at mid-on. Hardik Pandya's ball, just the ideal length for the lofted shot. So it's been pretty easy. All he had to do was make sure that he got it somewhere in the middle of the bat. He wasn't again with the problem that he's having with that right forearm. Wasn't going to be able to put a lot of power into it.
Hardik Pandya's got plenty of protection on the leg side. And that's a good ball to bowl Was it inside edge? Was it extra bounce? Wanted a single, but didn't eventually go for it.
Was the off cutter. Running his fingers over the seam. This comes back in. If the impact was in the off stump, it was a really good call. Really good appeal.
Yes, wasn't a bad appeal. The only thing that could have saved him was the fact that he might have been struck just marginally outside the off stump. Well, he's played some gorgeous drives. Played the pull shot as well, then the leg glance. Played the lofted shot for a boundary. There it is, that late cut as well, and then the sweep shot. Brilliant 100.
That's up in the air. And taken. Comfortably taken. And it is Williamson. The man dismissed. There you go. Just against the run of play. New Zealand losing 2 wickets in quick succession.
Running out of energy, wasn't he, Kane Williamson? He'd been trying his best. Just didn't quite get to the pitch of it. Wanted it to go a lot flatter. And the lack of energy, allowing that ball only to carry as far as Ajinki Rahane, and Amit Mishra picks up his third. A touch expensive for his liking, but 3 wickets nonetheless. A brilliant 100 from Kane Williamson, 118 to 13 for 5.